I don't know if a chihuahua can cackle, but I'm assuming so. Like, you know, cackle is kind of an evil laugh. The animals staring at each other in fear on the tree. We have to escape. So the bat is okay because he was just able to see on the tree branch. He was able to just, he was backwards, his feet that is, and then he was able to just fly off. Okay, so that gets rid of him. Now what about these other unfortunate animals who are strung up by their ears? They will have to do the whole flipping over thing. So. That gets me thinking. The clown said, maybe we can put ourselves over until we are untangled, then round in worth they spun themselves dizzy. So we have our tree branch, and let's go to this guy first. So he is hanging by his ears, and he flips around, lands down. Great. Okay, so that they're all gonna do. Spin themselves dizzy. And it seemed like an eternity, so a really, really long time before they landed. They had landed successfully, but right in the middle of a bush of thorns. Just then they heard Anka's shouting and yipping as he raced towards them. "Run!" shouted Peter Cottontail. He tore away from the thorny bush, and that is the story of how he lost his cotton tail. Okay, there we go. That solves why he doesn't have a tail. He lost it, tearing away from the bush. It's like, ah! So I think that would probably hurt. Okay, so let's quickly read through the story. It was a hot, humid day in the middle of the rainforest. Peter Cottontail, Whitey, Fluffy, and Green Hat, a rabbit, a bat, another rabbit, and a clown were stuck in the rainforest. The rabbits had been hung up on a tree branch by their ears. That would hurt. Green Hat had been hung up by his hat, which was blue, and the bat by his feet. "What a dreadful mess this is," Fluffy said grumpily. "This is very nasty. I haven't had my breakfast." Peter Cottontail said worriedly. "I can't go on long without breakfast. It's a very important meal." "Oh, be quiet, you," Whitey the bat snapped. "You're always going on about breakfast. You were the one who ate all of our food last night." "I was hungry," Peter shouted. "Quiet, you animals," Anka Chihuahua yipped at them. "I can't stand your chatter. You'll be cooked soon, I'm sure." "Cooked? Cooked?" the two rabbits said at the same time. It was a rabbit's worst fear. "I'll be back in 2 minutes to check on you," Anka said. "By that time, the water should be nice and hot." "Ha ha ha!" he cackled. The animals stared at each other in fear from their perches on the tree branch. "We have to escape," the rabbit said. Oh, I should actually specify which rabbit. See, actually, even after you write your first draft and you think it's perfect, you have to go through and make changes. Alright, we have to escape, Peter Cottontail said. Well, that's easy, the bat said in a dignified voice. The villain Anka overlooked the fact that bats hang from their feet anyway. And with that, the bat released himself and started flying, soaring over the tree branch. That gets me thinking. Maybe we can flip ourselves over and over until we are untangled, then land on the ground and run. Worth a try, they replied. They spun themselves dizzy, and it seemed like an eternity before they landed. They landed successfully, but right in the middle of a bush of thorns. Just then they heard Anka shouting and yipping as he raced toward them. Run! Shouted Peter Cottontail. He tore away from the thorny bush. And that is the story of how he lost his cottony tail. The end. Thank you. And looking at this guy, he doesn't seem to have a tail either, so I guess him too. But Peter Cottontail, since his last name is Cottontail, I think it needs more explaining. Okay, so very good. It looks like we've gotten quite a lot of ideas for our story, and so that shows you how you can come up with a nice story just by looking at a couple of stuffed animals and some really weird plants and other weird stuff you find in your refrigerator. You know, this is really good. You can use it as a pointer. You can use it like to defend yourself, like it's kind of like a sword, you know, and also you can reach out and grab objects. Yeah, so. But my mom is probably going to be mad at me because I think this was kind of expensive. So I can't ruin it. Yeah, one time I nearly knocked over the lamp. Like, I went like this. And so this is why I have to keep this really good. And my mom says that this is some kind of like herb or medicine, something like that. Okay. Well, anyway, if there are any questions or